Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we are going to see how to set up Harbor registry using Ansible playbook. So here in this article, what we are trying to do is we are going to set up Harbor registry on a Fedora server and configure it using a secure HTTPS port using the Ansible playbook. So let us try to see how we can achieve that in this video. So this is the test environment that I have currently. I'm going to work on Fedora 41 server, wherein we will be setting up the Harbor registry with Docker version 27 installed and Docker Compose version 2.29.x installed on the same machine. So this is the prerequisite, like Docker and Docker Compose is required for the Harbor registry to be installed on the Fedora 41 server. So let us try to understand what is Harbor and what it gives us, what are the benefits that it gives us as a registry. So as a plain registry that we know, it is used to store the artifacts, that is the Docker images that we build using various tools. But Harbor registry is specialized in a way that it provides us with a way to secure our artifacts using role-based access controls and also with the help of policies. It also helps us in scanning the images using various scanners that can be availed or integrated with, which will help us in identifying the vulnerabilities in the artifacts or the images that we have built. And it also helps to sign, we can also use the facility of signing the images so that it can be trusted. So these are the various different features that we can say that are provided by the Harbor registry, which will help the organization in setting up and utilizing them for the CI/CD pipelines. So as I mentioned, it is a CNCF graduated project. It delivers some compliance, performance and interoperability to help you consistently and securely manage artifacts across cloud native computing platforms like Kubernetes and Docker. So that is all about what is Harbor. Now let us get into the implementation of Harbor registry on our local server. So let me get into the project structure of the Ansible playbook that we are going to use. So let me go into my local machine where we have the Ansible structure. So let me show you. So this is the Ansible playbook with all the roles that we are going to utilize for this video. We have multiple roles like downloading, installing, exposing the Harbor and starting and stopping the Harbor registry. So we will try to see each and everything in detail. Let me open this in VS Code. Let me now go into my documentation. So first let us look at the variables or the global variables that we are going to utilize in the roles. So let me go into the inventory host variables, and this is the host linuxservers.stack.com. So these are the global variables that we are going to utilize in the roles, wherein we are setting the home directory wherein the Harbor installation is going to be carried out, and this is the artifact wherein the artifact will be downloaded. Extract we can ignore, this is not required for this demo. Harbor repository is the repository, so this is the version 2.12.0 that we are going to install for this demo, and this is the package name and this is the version for the Harbor registry. And let me show you the inventory file also. This is the Harbor inventory file. So this is basically the host that managed host that we are going to set up. Now let us get into the procedure of setting up the Harbor registry. So as a prerequisite step, as I said, like we need to have the Docker installed on our machine. So this is my machine wherein we are going to set up the Harbor registry. So here, like I already have Docker and Docker Compose installed. So this is the version that is installed on my machine already. So just ensure that you have the latest version of Docker available, or you can just check the compatibility metrics of the Harbor or the requirements for which version of the Docker is required for which version of the Harbor. So that will be available in the documentation of the Harbor. So once you have the prerequisite Docker and Docker Compose ready on your machine, the first step that you need to do is download the Harbor package. So there are two types of packages that are provided by Harbor. That is, one is online package, online installer, and the other one is offline installer. So online installer is basically a small sized package which will download the required images or the Docker images when we install the package. But the offline installer is a full fat package which contains all the Docker images in already available in the installation. But in this demo, like we are going to use the offline installer, which is a full package of the Harbor registry. So for the downloading the Harbor package, we are going to use the Ansible role Linux download Harbor. So let me go into the role. So this is the role download Harbor. Let me try to explain you what exactly we are doing over here. So I'm going to prepare some folders. So here the first three are the folders that we are going to create on our managed node. So first is the home directory, then the artifact directory, which is where we will store our artifact that we are going to download. The extract that you can ignore for now, like we are not, we don't need that for this demo. The next thing is download Harbor package. So this is basically we are going to download the Harbor offline installer package and using the following URL and store it at the artifact directory Harbor package destination. And please note, like we are going to set all the folder permissions to admin. This is the admin user that I have already set up on my Linux machine. So once that is done, the next step that we are going to do is extract the compressed file into the home directory. So this is basically where the Harbor package will be extracted, and once that is extraction is completed, we are setting the permissions back to admin recursively. So let us try to execute this and see like what exactly happens. So here is my readme file. Basically it contains all the instructions to execute your roles or the playbook for this demo. So let's say if you are not providing the tag and executing only with the playbook, it is going to execute all the roles that are available in the playbook. But let's say if you are executing with the tag, so here like for every role we have provided tag, so it is going to execute only specific role. So let us try to first execute the ping role, which basically helps us validating the connectivity with the manager node. So let me execute this one. So there is no host matched, so let me go to my inventory. So here, like you can see that it needs to be Harbor, because that is the host that we are managing actually. Okay, so let me try let's ping again. So you can see the ping is successful. We are able to get a response that is found. So this is basically a very simple role that I have set up in order to ensure that we are connected to the manager node. So let me show you that ping task also. So this is the task that we are going to execute on the node. So now let us try to do the download package, download Harbor. So let us try to execute the download Harbor role. So here we are going to execute the playbook Linux setup Harbor with the inventory host and the tag Linux download Harbor, which is going to execute only that specific role. So my download is completed. So you can see like it has created the set of folders, the home directory, the artifact directory where it will store, and it has downloaded the package, and we have extracted the package to home admin stack, you can see, and we have changed or updated the permissions to admin back. So let me go to my server and show you. So this is the home admin stack home directory, wherein we have artifacts directory, wherein the artifact has been downloaded, that is the offline installer version 2.12.0, and then we have extracted the Harbor package at the following location. So this has created the following folder Harbor and extracted the package over here, and we have again updated the permissions to admin back. So we are good with the downloading the Harbor package with this role. Let me clear my screen and go to the documentation. So now we have completed the step 1, that is downloading the Harbor package. Let us now go into the step 2, that is installing the Harbor package. For this, like we are going to use a different role, that is install Harbor. So as you can see, this is the package role that we are going to use in order to install the Harbor package. Let me first show you the template. So every package, every software that we install has a main configuration file available with it, so that we can configure it as per our requirement. In the same way, like we have harbor.yaml file, template file, that is a sample file that we can utilize in order to configure the Harbor software. So once you install the Harbor package and extract at the following location, you can see like you will get a harbor.yaml.template file. So this is the default file that you get it, and I have just copied that file over here for my usage. So before getting into the details of harbor.yaml file, let us try to understand what we are going to do as a part of installation. So we are going to do a secure HTTPS communication with the Harbor. So for that we need to generate self-signed certificates, or if you have the certificates already for your host name, you can utilize them you can utilize them. But for this demo, like, we are going to generate a self-signed certificate, and that we are going to do it using the SSCG package. So SSCG package is going to help us in generating the self-signed certificates along with the CA certificate that has signed the self-signed certificate. So for this demo, like, we are going to create the following certs directory in the home directory. So in the home admin stack, we are going to create the cert directory, and once that cert directory exists, we are going to generate the certificates using SSCG in that folder. So this is the task that we are going to execute in that home directory /certs, and generate cert file, key file, CA cert file, and CA key file using SSCG command. But before that, this is a safety step that we have added. So just in case you have executed the SSCG command already and you have certs available in the following location, like, this step is going to check whether the certs are available. If that is present, this step is going to be skipped because the certs are already available. Okay. So once the certificates have been generated, the following step is executed in order to convert the .crt file into .cert file, that is for the server certificate. This is basically required for the Docker, because Docker sees .crt file as the CA certificate and .cert file as the server certificate. So we need to ensure that our .cert file, which is a server certificate, is converted into .cert format, which is a PEB format file. So once that is done, like, we are updating the search directory permissions to admin and 700, and we are going to copy the generated certificates into the Docker and the Harbor. So first we are going to ensure that the search directory exists in the Docker. So here, like, etc docker search.d, we are going to place our certificates, that is the server cert, server key, and the CA cert. So we are copying the server cert, server key, and the CA cert into the etc docker certs and the host name of the server directory. So once that is done, we can just restart the Docker service. And the next important thing is configuring the harbor.yaml file. So as we are trying to configure the HTTPS service for the Harbor, we need to ensure that the certificates that are generated are available for Harbor to utilize. So for that, what we need to do in the default configuration file is, so first thing is, we are updating the host name to Ansible host, that is the FTDN of the server. So it is basically updated in order to ensure that we can launch our Harbor portal using the fully qualified domain name. So once that is done, like, we are enabling the HTTPS part, this part, so that we can access our HTTPS service, that is the Harbor portal on HTTPS service, and we are providing the following certificate locations wherein the Harbor can see the cert and key file for the server. So this is the only configuration change that we are required to do as a part of installation and configuration to secure our Harbor service. So once our configuration update is completed, like, the step that is required to install Harbor is execute the following install.sh script that is available in the Harbor package. and we are installing with the following option, that is with Trivy enabled, because we want our harbor to set up harbor installation to be set up with Trivy, so that we can once our image is pushed to the harbor registry, we can scan that image using the default Trivy scanner that we are getting with the harbor. So this is all about the install harbor role that we are going to execute. So let me go to my readme instructions and try to execute the install harbor role. So as you can see, it has started executing the first task, that is ensure SSCG package is present, and then it is going to create a set of certificates for us, and it will place them in the folders. So I'll go through each step. So let it complete the harbor installation. So as you can see, the execution has been completed. So it has ensured that the SSCG package is present on the server. So if you go to the server, rtm-qa grep SSCG. So this is the package that it has installed. Once that is done, it has ensured that the cert directory is present, wherein we will store the harbor certificates. So this is the folder. So let me clear my screen. So this is the home directory, wherein we have created the search directory to store the server certificate. So once the SSCG package SSCG command is executed, it is going to create the cert file, the key file for the server, and the CA cert and the CA key file. And we have converted the server cert crt file into .cert file, so that we can utilize it for the Docker. So once the certs directory exists, so if it checks whether the cert files already exist. So in my case, it was already existing, so it has skipped the self-signed certificate generation. But in your case, if the certificates are not present in that directory, it is going to generate the self-signed certificates in that location, and it will convert the .crt file into .cert file for the Docker. So once that is done, we are updating the search directory permissions, which is already set, and so here from here the Docker part comes. So here what we are doing is, we are creating the etc docker we are creating the search.d directory, wherein we are going to create another folder with the fully qualified domain name. This is Linux Sir, which is my domain. So here, like as you can see, we have copied the cert file, the key file for the server, and the CA cert file. So this is all needed in order to configure your Docker. And once that is done, you can just here you can see server certificate is copied, the server key file is copied, the CA cert file is copied over here in this task. So once that is done, we are just ensuring that the Docker service is restarted with those certificates in the place. So once that is done, we are coming to the harbor part, wherein we are configuring harbor with the host name and the HTTPS fields to point to the correct certificate files that the Harbor can utilize. So once that is done, like we are going to execute the install.sh script with Trivy option enabled so that we can utilize the inbuilt Trivy scanner. So as you can see that all this execution has been completed successfully. So once you basically execute the install.sh script, so we can go to the home directory, that is home admin stack. Let me clear my screen, and you can go to the Harbor directory wherein the package has been extracted, and this is where the install.sh script is available and that we have executed. So once you execute that script, these are the two folders that are going to be created, the common folder, and it is going to create this Docker Compose file. So this Docker Compose file basically is a set of services that will be launched as a part of Harbor startup. So it has various services like Harbor log, Harbor registry, Harbor DB, registry CTL, Postgres in order to store the artifacts. So these are the various services that gets launched as a part of Harbor service. So we'll see it in shortly. And this is common location wherein it will store the config for each of the service that is launched. So these are all the services that are going to be launched, and these are the locations wherein the configuration for these services will be stored and utilized. So let me clear my screen and go to the documentation. So now we have seen like how we can install Harbor using the Ansible role. Now let us go into our next step. Step 3, that is expose Harbor service ports. So here like we are going to expose 3 different ports, that is HTTP for Harbor portal and core API services access, but we are not going to use that one because we are already setting up the HTTPS protocol or the HTTPS service, and we are going to expose the 443 port and 443 port, which is actually a connections to the Docker content trust service that we are not utilizing for this, but we are going to expose it for this demo. Okay, so let us go into the playbook, that is Linux expose Harbor. So let me go to the playbook. Let me clear my screen over here and go to the expose role, and we are going to set 3 different ports with this following variables 80, 443 and 4443, which we are going to expose, and this is the role that we are with the following different tasks that we are going to execute. So we are exposing different ports using the firewall LT service, exposing HTTP, HTTPS and trust service port, and once that is done, we are going to restart the firewall the service. So let me execute this expose role also. So as you can see, the expose role has been executed successfully, and it has exposed the following ports which we can validate using the firewall LT command on the server. So let me execute it with sudo firewall cmd list all. So as you can see, the following ports are exposed. So we are good with the firewall access. So let me clear my screen, and now let us go into our documentation again, and let us go into the next step, that is starting the Harbor service. So now we are ready to start our Harbor service. because we have downloaded the package, we have configured it, we have exposed the required ports in order to access the Harbor portal and the Harbor API that is available for us. And now let us see like how we can start the Harbor service. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to look at the start Harbor role. So let me clear my screen over here and minimize this one, and let me show you the start service role. So here like what we are ensuring is that, so let's say like if you are starting up the Harbor service, ensure that the Docker service is started before that, and once that is done, like we are going to go into the home directory Harbor and start up the Docker services using the following command, that is docker compose up -d, which is going to launch all the different services that we have seen in the docker compose file for startup. So let me do the execution of the following role, that is Linux start Harbor. So it is going to ensure that the Docker service is started, and if it is already started, that is good. Then it is going to start up the Harbor service. So this is the Harbor service that is getting started. Let me go into the server. You can do docker ps, and you will see like all the services are started up. So in my case, like it was already started up, but let me show you like the other service or other role also, that is stop Harbor service. So it is going to stop the Docker service and the Harbor service. So let me execute that as well, just for the demo. So here is the stop role. It will stop the Docker service and it will execute docker compose down -v in order to stop the services. So let me stop it. Okay, so here something is missing. Okay, the stop is not active, so that is why it was not executed. I have uncommented it right now, and let me run it again. So now our execution is completed and it has stopped the service. So it has stopped the Docker service and it has stopped the Harbor service. So let me go to the server and let us see docker ps again. Now I could see all the services have been stopped. So let me clear my screen, and now what we'll do is we will start up the service and try to access the Harbor portal. So let me execute that start command again. So this is going to start up the Docker service, and it is also going to start up the Harbor service for us. Okay, so the services are coming up. It is starting up as you can see, and now let the services come up. So some of the services are healthy, as you can see. Now we can see like all the services are up and running. Okay, so let us try to access the Harbor portal, which is available on HTTPS port. Now as we have configured the HTTPS service, linux serve.stack.com Harbor. This is a self-signed certificate, that is why this warning is there. But you can ignore this and go through. Accept the risk and continue. And this is how the Harbor portal will look like once your installation is successful. And the default Harbor user is admin, and the password is I will show you that password. So that password is available in the template that we have utilized. So let me show you. Let me search for admin. So this is the Harbor admin password. This is the default password. You can change it or you can utilize this as its same. But for production, I would recommend that you change it before using. Okay, or you can change it after the setup also. So once that is done, like, you will be able to access the Harbor portal. So you can just ignore this stack folder, like this is I have created for some other purpose. But as you can see, this is the library folder that you will get. And so we have enabled Trivy. So the Trivy database can be status can be checked over here. So you can see the Trivy is healthy, and we will be able to utilize it for the Docker image scanning. Now let me go to the documentation. So we have seen the start service, we have seen the stop service, and we have also executed the playbook individually by executing each role rather than the complete playbook. Okay, so but for this so this whole documentation is already available in my blog, so you can follow this code in that blog, and the link to the video is also available in the blog. So everywhere, like, you will find the blog details and the reference to the YouTube link, so you can follow it and utilize the code as it is. So this is my complete execution without any tags. So that is the execution output. So once that is done, in the step 7, like, we are validating the Harbor service. So that I have already shown you, like, how all the different Harbor services are starting up as a Docker Compose service. And once that is done, the next thing that we can verify is we can verify whether we are able to log in onto the registry. So we can see we are able to log in, but in your case, like, it will ask for the password. So provide your admin user and the password to connect to the Harbor registry, and your login will succeed. So now our Docker client is connected to the Harbor registry, and whichever image you are going to build using Docker, and if you are pushing it to the Linux server registry, it is going to push into the Harbor registry. So let me go to, so this is the URL and the user and the password that I have already shown you. So this is how, like, you can set up the Harbor registry on a Fedora server using the Ansible playbook. This is what I just wanted to show you as a demo. Thank you all. Thanks for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.